Welcome once again, second half of the press conference. We won't have extra time. So this is the last half of the press conference. We're joined by the away team coach.
The winning coach.
The away team coach, coach of Orlando Pirates, Coach Jose Riveiro. And congratulations, coach. You are the winning coach today, and you make it through to a final, a second final of the season for you in your first season.
The third one.
Or if you include the Carling Black Label. Yes. But congratulations, coach. Firstly, how does it feel, to reach another final? I know you've not won it yet, but to reach the final. And then secondly, if you can just give us a summary of the whole 120 minutes.
Yes. Good evening. I'm the proud coach, not the winning coach. I don't win the games, but I'm very proud of the people who's working with me, the players that I'm trying to lead in the best way as possible. I'm extremely happy with their performance today. Proper performance in a knockout game one more time, with moments where I think we played very well early in the game till we get the lead. After getting the lead, we didn't control the game the way we wanted. It's something we need to do better, but at the same time I understand that it's not easy. We face an excellent team, especially in terms of conditional capacity. They are very strong, very physical team. It's very difficult to control them when the game is going through duels and second actions, and they have 2-3 players that keep you the whole game really feeling the threat, and every mistake you make in the build-up, they're gonna punish you immediately with a ball behind. So it's not easy for the guys to feel comfortable on the ball, and I think we abused a bit in the first half of the balls behind their line, which was part of the plan, but then we couldn't, many times or too many times, we couldn't find the continuity in that progression. I'm not talking too much, maybe it's...
All good?
No, and yeah, then...
Carry on, coach.
Yeah, and then the second half continue in the same way with a fight. We knew, not we knew, but we thought before the game that we have to do it in 90 minutes because we are coming from 3 games in a row, only with 2 days in between the last game, even though we have made a lot of subs today, but it's not easy to compete mentally also every 2-3 days like we are doing right now, with the mandate or with the intention to win all of those games. We are not going to the games for free. We're going to compete and try to win, and it happens. In the second half, there was a moment that we pay a bit that bill. Just before the equalize, we were about to change our structure with 3 center backs like we did in the end, after the goal, after the equalize. And I think that from there I felt quite comfortable. Of course, the ball is around, you feel the threat because they have good players in the box. They have players who can score from 16, 20, 25 meters. But I think overall, I think we did a fantastic job in the defensive phase. We were close in a couple of transitions to get the lead again, and finally we did it in a second action with a beautiful goal. So happy again for Sandile and Tetua, and in general, so happy and proud, and happy for all of them, the whole Pirates family, and but it's just a semi-final. Like you said before, we're going to a final now, and we're not going there just to be there. We want to be the champions.
Thank you very much, Coach. Let's take the first question. I'll start here. Kamu, hello.
Felicidades with the win, Coach.
There he goes. That's you're paying attention.
Coach, looking at your run in the Nedbank Cup, when it comes to your preparations, do you prepare for post 90 minutes? Because you are the only team that has played 120 minutes. I think the only game where you did not play 120 minutes was against All Stars, but the other 3 games, including today's game as well, it's post 90 minutes. So for your preparations, do you prepare for post 90 minutes?
There's no way to prepare the game for that. Obviously, we do it in how can I say, like, strategically, we do it as a coaching staff. I mean, we try to play. What we do as a coaches is play the game before the game is played, right? And in a knockout game, the possibility to play an extra time is there, and it's happening frequently to us actually. So it's fresh in our mind. So in terms of how do we use the subs today, it was an issue because we have to use one sub in the first half with Shandu. So we're running out of spots in the second half. We knew we're gonna need fresh legs after 60-70 minutes because of the place where we are coming from. So all of those things we try, the technical stuff especially, we try to play that game before it's played. Possible scenarios, what we do if we have a problem here or there, all of those things, yes. And when you play a knockout game, you have to be ready for that. I think they scored 70-something minutes when we are just about to go to the last part. It was difficult to swallow, but you have to continue and go back to the things that you plan before the game. And in that sense, yes. But then we try to prepare the team to every possible scenario. But at the same time, to be honest, we didn't wanted to play today 120 minutes again, but we did it quite well.
Okay, a question here. Okay.
Yes, Patrick. Coach, how difficult was it to prepare for this game, especially because you lost 2 in the league, as well as the celebration by Kaizer Chiefs officials and players after drawing you into the semi-final?
To be honest, we didn't have time to prepare the game. Our training was in the meeting room, analyzing with the players what we think that it's going to happen in the game one more time. And then when sorry, I'm so tired, but losing games is not nice. It's not funny, not at all. Especially when you are in Pirates and you lose one game with Chiefs. But our obligation is to learn from those games. Now it's easy to say that we did it because we won the game. But anyway, everything could happen today. Maybe we lose the game in penalties, but I think until we manage to play in the rhythm that we want, I think that we did the things better than in the previous games. The way we approach to the game mentally was totally different than in the previous ones. Before the previous derbies, we were not in a good space. There were many things that affect us that I cannot say loud, that didn't allow us to be in the condition that we would like to be in those games. And today was different. What the team expressed yesterday in our -1, today before the game in our camp, it was different, and we noticed that immediately. Then everything can happen, but I think we are progressing also in order to be competitive in a scenario that we were not competitive before. Like you said before in the previous derby, it's not about the result. I think we didn't perform good enough, even though the result was really cruel with us, in my opinion, in the previous ones. And you come in here today with that heavy stuff in your back that could be an obstacle, but in my opinion was not. I didn't see the players thinking about what happened months ago to be honest.
Penduro.
And for Coach, I'm going to restore in Finland. Congratulations on the victory. Finally, a table victory. Coach, you mentioned that before the previous league, David team wasn't in a good space, and now do you feel like winning this Nedbank Cup semi-final, you've won the most important derby compared to losing 6 points against Kaizer Chiefs in the first round, or do you feel like the team is also finally adjusting to how you want them to play? Because I heard the fans saying you are bringing a style of Spanish tiki-taka area, so do you feel like they are also playing the way you want them to play?
I really would like to have those 6 points in our pocket. It was tough losing those games. So yeah, definitely. Obviously, in the end of the season, we will see if we really need those points or not. But if we get those points in that moment, probably the scenario could be different. It's only about the speculations. The important thing is, like I said before in the previous answer, that we feel we are progressing. We cannot play in a very good level every single game during 90 minutes. Today is one example. We did it well in some moments of the game. In other moments, Chiefs was better. But still, we managed to be competitive, which is the most important thing. That even when you are not in your best or you are suffering, it's still difficult for the opponent, and we are not an easy team to play against. And then every week we try to do the things little by little better, and I think there's never been a problem in between understanding or not what we want to do, but there are games and games. So, but yeah, I'm happy we move, and I think the progression is easy to see.
Mahlatsi.
Coach, only you touched on the fact that you didn't have enough time to prepare for this match, and I guess it has got a lot to do with the fact that there's been a short turnaround of matches. And these short turnaround of matches may be a constant reality for you next season if you qualify for the Champions League. Someone has a good experience that the coach used to always say they don't train and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But do you think that the fact that you're playing so many matches within a short space of time will put you in a good sort of advantage, if I can use that word, going into the Champions League next season if you guys get there?
Yeah, it's a good point. We know it's going to be hopefully next season our situation to play permanently. The players like to play. If you ask the players, they rather to play every 3 days and train less, especially when we are at this moment of the season. In the beginning it's different because you need to implement and produce adaptations in our players tactically, conditionally. But at this point of the season, even we as a coaches, we just want to play. The team is now in a good moment in everything, like I said, with moments where we can show it, moments where we cannot, because everybody's playing for important things. So, but we understand the next season is going to be like that, with long trips, with short times to rest. But when you can play every 3 days, I think it's fine. It's good for the fans, because you can manage to have a decent rhythm in the games. It's good for the players because the risk of injury is not that high. It's good for us as a coaches because we have time enough to feel that we can make an influence in the game. But 2 days is not good enough, and there's physiological reasons that support my opinion in this case. But we don't complain. In case that we don't get the result today, I'm not gonna come here and say, yeah, we didn't have time enough, and we have to. There's no excuses.
Sazi,
Yeah, Coach.
we can hear you.
Okay. Coach, you spoke about considering the goal in the 88th minute, but you still felt comfortable bringing on the other 3 players. Does that mean you are happy with your depth in the squad, that you still felt that you were in control of the match at that point in time?
We didn't have other option. Like I said, In that moment, we have Chukamanja really tired. He was asking for the sub, and we have one more spot. It's now or never. So we have to. It was a must. And yeah, in this case, it works well. We have to change Chuka Eva, and at the same time use the opportunity to do the modification that we did during the game. I'm obviously I have a fantastic squad in terms of a number, in terms of a quality, in terms of a personality, in terms of experience. The difficult part of that is select 20 players every 3 days, and then select 11 players and keep that under control. But it's not a problem at all. It's actually I'm very lucky, like I said many times.
Okay, last question, Mithali.
Coach here, Mikhail Balaga from the Star newspaper. Coach, congratulations for getting this far in the tournament. But tell me, when you took this job, and then you were given all sorts of like names when you started out, did you think though that you'd get this far in the competition? And also, do you think that you'll be in 2 successive finals in a row in South African football?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a very optimistic guy. Very positive, even though I don't look sometimes. I promise you, I always think that everything is going to be all right. I swear. So in sports, you have to go with that mentality. In my opinion, wherever you are, you have to approach your life and your profession with that mentality, and make sure that you can convince the people around that everything is possible. It goes without saying. Otherwise, you know, what kind of leader am I? And then I'm coaching Orlando Pirates, with all the respect for everybody else. So it's possible because I have a fantastic material and I have a lot of quality, and that's why I cannot make, you know, miracles. It's not about me, it's about the whole group, it's the coaching staff, it's the player. I know that is a topic, but it is the truth. So yeah, I'm happy today, but I promise you, I'll be happy in 3 weeks, much more happy if we manage to be the champions. Otherwise, you know, it's nice to be in the finals, and I think that Pirates, you know, should be regularly in every final, so I'm not doing anything exceptional. And now we have to go to the final with all of our capacity and concentration, and do everything in order to get it done. Let's see what happens.